I'm Brittany. Thanks for joining me today. Our workout is going to be on the Pilates Reformer today. We are going to do a pretty solid, semi-sweaty workout, intermediate level, full body routine. Get yourselves measured and ready to go. Gear bar, stopper, measure the straps, you know what to do. And I'll meet you right back here when you're ready to begin. We're going to get started today with our single leg warm-up. So 2 red springs, please. Go ahead and put yourselves onto your back, comfortable position with the headrest, feet in high half toes. Let's press the legs both out straight. Make sure your body is squared up in the center. We're going to lift one foot to high half toe and the other leg tabletop. Let's begin here, single leg press. Inhale on the lengthen, exhale to return. Given that this is going to be an intermediate level workout, we're going to get started with a pretty significant pace here. Get warm. And then we're going to go right into the bicycle. Lengthen and table, reach, tabletop. Keep the body in either a neutral or an imprint. I always favor an imprint only because I can feel the connection to the core a little bit better. And then in and up, développé. Tap and lift, flex, point, bend, reach, lift, lower, lift. And up. In and up. Tap and lift, flex both, point both, bicycle out. In, down, flex, bend. In and up. Lower lift. Flex, point, bend, reach. And again. Lower, flex, bend, last. In and up. Flex, and hold it right here. Transition to the heel of the foot. Both feet dorsiflexed. Press. And 2. The weight of the straight leg low. Just pull on the oblique there, just a whisper. 6, 7. Bring it in. High half toe. Tabletop. Press it out. Let's do it. Press. 2. Make sure you do squeeze your butt here as well, so it's not all quads. We're going to go into that bicycle, reach, and tabletop. So as the leg is going back and forth, we're going to stabilize through the trunk of the body. 6. And then on 8, let's go into développé. In and up, tap and lift, flex, point, bend, and reach, lift. Tap, lift, and lower lift, flex, point, and again, lift. Time these feet. So as you push out, you get that opposite leg up. Here we go, lift, that's the timing. Tap, lift, flex, point. One more. And hold this leg, transition, heel of foot, dorsiflex, press, and 2, 4, 5, 6, one more, and bring it in. Feet on, let the knees just sway side to side. Stretch things out a little. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and sit up here. I'm going to just make sure that the springs are wide. 2 red springs wide. I'm going to drop the foot bar down to the second notch from the bottom. And I'm going to go crazy out of sequence here with the semicircle. Let's push the heel of the hand against the shoulder blocks and wiggle down until the arms are straight. From here, we're going to change the feet so they're in first position. The toes on the bar, the heels are together. Lift the hips up to get this nice stretch across the top of the thigh and hip. We're going to press those legs out to straight and then slowly articulate the spine, dropping the hips towards the springs, slow coming back in, and then articulate from tail to top up into our start bridge. Legs to straight, sequencing the spine down towards the floor. Keep the hips low as we come in, and then rise up, out, articulate down, strong straight arms, and then let's pause here. We're going to go in reverse, articulating the spine downward. In extension, my butt is on the springs, out, and then peel up, toe, curl the tail under all the way in, melting down, top to tail. From here, butt stays low. You're going to curl the pubic bone under, pelvic tuck to lift, and then coming back in. Final time, dropping the hips down, down, down. Out we go. Peel up, starting from the pubic bone up, and then come up nice and high. Big quad stretch in that finished position. Slide yourselves back up. Oops, caught my hair. And then we're going to come all the way up. We're going to bring the foot bar up one more notch. So now we're on the third from the bottom. Let's change to a blue spring. Feet in first. Go ahead and press the legs all the way out to straight. Shoulders are going to stay over the hip bones here. And we're going to just work on the lumbar flexibility. So I'm going to scoop the tail under and then come back up. As I tuck under, I'm also sinking the heels below the bar and then upright spine here. Scoop and then up. It is not just a collapse, right? So keep the height of the rest of the body, but really try to curl this tail under and then up. Let's go under, and we're going to keep going under as we roll back until the shoulder blades tap against the shoulder blocks. Then you're going to curl back up and finish in a tall posture. Scoop the tail under, the heels drop below the bar. We're going to articulate down, touch the shoulder blades, and then back up. We are going to slowly inchworm further from that foot bar. So you'll notice as you do a couple that you're going to start tapping a little bit lower on the shoulder blades. No problem. Keep the articulation here of the tail. And then upright, one more. Scoop. Now, connect to that shoulder block. I'm barely kissing it. Tap and up. Tap and up. So as you're doing this, keep tucking the tail under, drawing the waist in. 4, 3, 2, all the way up. Come forward, grab onto the frame or the foot bar, and just keep the knees bent here. Lay your tummy on your thighs. And as you press the carriage out, get this really nice traction through the spine. And then let's bring it in. Let's move that foot bar to the top. I'm going to add a red spring. We're going to do some variations on elephant here. Standing up onto the bar. We're going to place the feet up against the shoulder blocks or as close to it without keeping your weight in your wrist. If your lower leg is tight, you'll find that you're in this position. If you cannot shift back over your feet, then I want you to walk your feet a little bit closer so you can truly be weighted 100% in the lower body. So get that starting position. Round up as if you're an angry cat, but relax the neck and shoulders. Press the lower legs back. Lift up through the tummy to return. Breath in, breath out. Concentrate on the lift of the low back by pulling the belly button up toward the sky to draw the carriage home. One more. Let's transition to high half toe and lengthen your spine to a flat back. It's as if the tailbone is the highest point in this triangular shape. Drop the shoulders down. Press the legs backward and then lift the tail to return. We tend to want to look forward here. As you can see, that's pinchy on the neck. I would like you to keep the back of the neck long. So just stare right down at the springs. 4 and 3, 2, one more time. Go ahead and lower those heels to flat. All right, we're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna reach over and hold on to the left ankle or lower leg. Use it for leverage to encourage rotation here. And then come back, other side, reach here. Again on each side. So as I'm reaching back this time, I'm going to really try to weight shift back over the feet. I'm going to let the foot bar come up. On the STOTT machine, there is a stop. So I'm literally weighting everything I've got back behind me. I'm literally hanging off the foot bar, but I'm rotated. Now careful as you come forward, let it reseat in that loop. Switch. We're here. I'm going to weight shift back, and then I'm literally pulling the foot bar with me, and I'm going to hang on it as I rotate. And then coming forward, making sure that reseats perfectly. Now I'm going to reduce the resistance. We have just a red spring on. Actually, let's add a white, a red and a white. It could be a little light, or a little heavy, but it's a trade-off. We're going to have our feet against the shoulder blocks. I'm going to bring one hand to the center and turn my feet sideways. Okay, so in this start position, I want to have my hand in the middle. Okay, I'm weighted on my feet, and I'm going to reach back and grab this ankle. Again, if you can't hold this position, your feet need to be closer to the foot bar. Okay, so we're here. The trade-off is in the resistance, right? So I'm going to drop my hips out to this side plank. So this is a touch heavy on the shoulder, but it supports my back a little bit better here. And then we weight shift to the foot. We're gonna reach out, side plank, thread the needle, reach to the foot. The carriage should be completely docked. And reach. And then bring it in. Okay, that's 4. Let's take that white spring off and give it a go, right? So this is now going to be a lot more in the abs to hold this carriage in. And you want to go slowly because we have to have a strong shoulder girdle here. Don't go so fast that you extend your range and over-tax the rotator in the shoulder. Out and up and in. Twice more. Reach. One more time. Reach it out. And thread it in. All right, here we go. I'm going to add that white spring on. And we're going to face the opposite way. So we've got a hand in the center. Pivot the feet. And we want to begin with the free hand reaching to the back ankle. So from the back view here, you can see that I'm really weight shift over the foot versus into the shoulder and wrist. All right, here we go. Open the top arm, drop into a side plank, thread the needle, come back to the foot. 4, reach, up and in, 3, 2, again, 1, change, get rid of that white spring, same thing, second version, that's different, right? And up. I personally like this one a little better. I like the stability part of the exercise versus that pressure in the deltoid. Ooh, I don't know if that was 3 or 4. One more. And then all the way in. Woo, a lot more obliques too. Okay, so while we're at it, there's more of that, same kind of thing. We're gonna keep the one red spring on. Let's go into a familiar lunge here, this Eve's lunge and this thigh stretch. So let's just go ahead and sink down, outside knee bending. We're gonna open up this hip flexor here, and then bring it up and in. We're gonna take this guy into a plank-like position, so get your stretch. Straighten up the back leg. I'm coming forward enough so my shoulders are over the hands on the foot bar, and I'm gonna just float the second foot to beside the shoulder block, foot down, drop the knee, sink to stretch. This one's not fast. Open the leg, lift, knee down, and stretch. Legs up, floating plank, and down. Last one. We're gonna hold the floating plank here. Adjust your leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more time. Let the foot touch. Sink into that stretch. Okay. Same on the other side. One foot against the shoulder block. Let's take a nice couple of easy ones first. So we're just stretching. And then we come up and in. Trying to square up the pelvis to the foot bar. And then let's take this one into that plank. So really enjoy that stretch. It's hard to move on when that feels so nice. So we're gonna just straighten out the leg. Knee comes off. Position yourself. I'm moving my foot around so it's in the right spot here. Shoulders are over the hands. You feel a strong plank. Float adjust your leg. Tap the foot. Drop the knee. Stretch. Lift. And then take it down. This one is our last full one like that. And then we're gonna pulse this gesture leg. So here we come, plank, float it, and up, down, and up. 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap, knee, stretch. You earned that one. Okay, bring it all the way in. I'm going to do a nice lateral stretch here. I'm going to grab the strap from the back, and I'm going to reduce my string to a blue and a white. Both knees are down. Because I have the the strap coming from the back, it's slightly behind me because I'm going to begin in a rotated position. So I'm back here, and it's as if I'm gonna throw and then catch right back in. Picture somebody throwing a baseball, sort of, from outfield. We really want to get a nice high pitch, or a lacrosse move, right? Up and across. If this is too heavy, drop that white spring. Let's get one more. Go for 6. 6, and then take it down. I'm going to keep the springs the same. I'm placing the hands, I'm going to interlace the hands, place them behind my head. Now I have moved out away from the shoulder blocks. This is my max resistance. I'm going to allow a lateral flexion toward the pulleys and up to straight, side, and up. That's heavy. Out and up. Use your inner thighs like you're holding on to a yoga block. Really recruit those adductors. 2 more. Side and up. And again, side and up. Whew, okay. We're doing that on the other side, of course. We're going to use what will now be the back spring. not spring, strap. We're gonna come up to the center here, and we've got this 90-degree angle. Hand is resting on the waist, and I'm pitching or throwing. And then I'm gonna sort of keep an eye on my elbow as I return to normal here. Slight extension, slight rotation, up and over. And as I rotate and finish, a slight flexion at the finish. Take it up and look where it came from. Twice more. And again, right here. And then bring it back. We're going to interlace the hands behind the head. Shimmy out just a little. So your max resistance is here in this upright shape. We are going lateral and then up. Watch that you don't kick the hips out. You want to keep the lower body stable. Helps if you're squeezing something. So put an imaginary block in there and hold it with those inner thighs. 4 more. Lateral. Lift. Last couple here. And okay, let's get out of there. You didn't know it was obliques day, right? You should feel those. Now, adding on to the obliques, we're going to bring the box up, and I'm going to put it near the back edge. So I'm going to face that way to start. So this would be the back edge. Long box on the back edge. We're going to put our foot bar down, and I'm going to drop it to just a loose spring. We do want to keep this light. This is a very small range of motion, lateral flexion. We're going to get to your side, and we're going to bring our body to the front edge. So in case we do a little weeble wobble, we've got a safety behind us. That's when we move the box to the back edge. All right. Top hand holds the rope. My bottom elbow is down. I'm on the headrest. I am going to use my hand a little bit here, and I'm going to be doing a lateral flexion. What I don't want to do is come up and prop up on this bottom arm. We want to keep it small and mighty. This top arm is just going to provide a slight bit of load. So in fact, before we start with the load, let's just keep the rope slack, and we're going to do a lateral side bend. Head and foot lift the same amount. We do a baby hover. My elbow just changes a few degrees, and then I come back down. Exhale, side. I'm just trying to clear my upper ribs off the box. That's the range. Ready to load it? Put the spring in some play here. Keep the rope forward of the body, and we come up here, and then down. Exhale. And then take it back down. Lift on the exhale. I don't need to push this arm down, right? Are you noticing that? I'm just keeping it up here to challenge the obliques a little bit further. If you can see, I'm shaking here when I come up. Let's get twice full. Side. Lift those feet at the same time. Hold just the feet. Lift. 2, that is burning. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then take it down. Okay. Carefully come up. Hold to what is now going to be the back edge. Lay up here on your side. We'll do a couple of these practice ones here. Make sure your body is near the forward edge of the box. No work on this top arm to start. Practice that little bit of a side bend and then down. So I'm just lifting my head and feet, trying to do the same amount. Let's load it. Put that spring into play. Arm is forward of the body. Crunch. And then down. Crunch. 3, 4, trying to clear that elbow that's on the headrest. 5, 6. One more. We're going to hold this one up here and legs. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, and take it down. So let's hang up the rope and carefully come off the box. Center long box, add the white, so we have a blue and a white spring onto our stomachs, prone position. And we're going to choke up on the handles here. Always this back extension is so good for our posture. So shoulders down and away, lift those feet up, they're squeezing together, pull up, and then release. Inhale, we pull, exhale, return. Now this is a little bit light on purpose, so thinking obliques again. One arm, and back. Other arm. Pull, and release. Pull, and release. One more each arm. Just the left, just the right. Both together. Keep the collar wide. Let's bend the knees, open the knees, and press for triceps. And 2, 4. Keep it firm down, support your low back. 6. One more. And take it all the way down. Hang up the straps here. And I'm going to come way forward. Like way forward. Belly button is going to be off the front of the box. And my legs are open, laterally rotated. I'm going to do a little swan with slow rock here. And then we lift. Inhale, up with the legs. Exhale, return. I always tell my students, lift with your feet. They're competing with your back muscles. And now the back muscles, they know I want to win, so they encourage more extension to lift. Legs and glutes, their chance to shine, upper back. So it's not just the triceps here. I'm not just lifting up by pushing with my arms. It is back extension. And this guy's turning into a grasshopper. So we're here, cross, 2, 3, legs out, lift. Legs up. 1, 2, 3, reach. Here's your breath. Exhale down. Inhale, 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 exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Legs up. Squeeze your booty. Crisscross. 2, 3, lengthen out. Squeeze your buns. Up. One more. Feet up. Criss, cross. 3, reach. And up. Slide back and come off. Take a minute to just reach down towards your toes. Give your back a little much needed flexion. And then go back up. Let's go ahead and just do a little pigeon stretch here. Use your box as a little prop to put your bent knee up here. Need a little recovery after that one. And then the other leg. So you can see here, my hips are twisted. So this leg does not want to go much lower than this. If this box is too high for you, you can also just put your foot on the carriage itself and let gravity assist the stretch by pulling that knee down. Both are fine, whatever gives you a stretch. All right, get rid of this box. We're gonna bring the foot bar to the top. I'm gonna add a red spring and get rid of the others. Bring the foot foot bar, that's the headrest, foot bar is up. We're gonna come up right into a long stretch. So I'm gonna just push out just a little. Let's move the ankles. Point and flex, point and flex. Tighten up your tummies. 4, and 3, 2, 1. Take the knees down. Enjoy a little spine stretch recovery. We're bending the knees on this variation. So once we're up here, pull the shoulders down. Where you give blood, rotates forward. We're going to bend, press. 2, 3, halfway. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those knees down. Feet against the shoulder blocks. We're just going to lift all the way up. Reach up, grab one hand, let's pull off, side, and then let's go up and up to the other side. Maybe a little bit of a back bend here. All right, so there we go for today. We got a full workout in, and we didn't even do feet in straps. Imagine that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.